Hello my friends, this is Dwight from Forest Glory 700 coming back at you with another video. And unfortunately, in the province of Ontario, the city of Toronto, and the country of Canada, we're under a second lockdown, compliments of the Three Musketeers. His Excellency, the Premier of Ontario, Doug Ford, the Mayor of the City of Toronto, John Tory, and last but not least, our fearless leader, Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, unfortunately. Anyways, we're under a lockdown effective 12:01 a.m. on Monday, November the 23rd, and everything comes down to a grinding halt once again because according to our benevolent leaders, the case numbers for COVID-19 are going through the roof at an alarming rate. No one's dying from it other than the numbers that they've made up. But regardless, they provide the information, they provide the facts, and the facts are the facts according to them. So, as of this Monday coming, gyms will no longer be allowed to be open for the next 28 days, or casinos, or hair salons. And if they determine as an independent business owner to open up one of those establishments, they will be fined 750 Canadian dollars. Yes, they will. So they're gonna stay closed because they barely made it through the first lockdown, and so they gotta hold on to what little money they have. So they're, for the most part, they're going to comply and they're going to keep their doors closed. But other essential businesses will remain open, like pharmacies and schools and grocery stores and, of course, liquor stores, because people need to get drunk during this pandemic because people are stressed out, they're depressed, they're agitated, they're angry. They need liquor to be abusive to their children and to their wife and to their spouse, and just to run amok so they can have something or someone to blame. So we're in a second lockdown, not surprisingly, because they told us from the spring that there was a good probability that there was going to be another lockdown in September or sometime in the fall. So they've postponed this probably a month later than what I had anticipated that they would. I thought they'd have it in the month of October, but they've decided that they're going to do it 1 month before the Christmas holidays so that everyone can get into the Christmas spirit. So all of this stuff is really unnecessary. If people would just begin to look into matters for themselves. But the overwhelming majority of Canadians believe the narrative that they're being told by the mainstream media, the corporate media, the legacy media, and those who own it and control it. So whatever the media tells us in relationship to COVID-19 or the medical industry or our fearless politicians, that is the gospel, and it cannot and it will not be questioned by mortal men. You see, those that are in positions of leadership, they're the ones that are qualified to think on our behalf. Canadians, commoners, you are not required to think. That is above our pay scale. We are simply required to believe whatever is told of us regarding this seriously severe and deadly pandemic that's taken the lives of absolutely no one. It's not. But nevertheless, if they say that people are dying of COVID, regardless if they've had multiple pre-existing conditions, that is irrelevant. The main cause of death was COVID-19. And so we are not required to think, we are simply required to comply. And so far in Canada, most Canadians, because Canadians in general are pretty good people. We are known to be peacekeepers throughout the world, a peacekeeping nation, and so as a result, we're going to comply to the mandates of our government. Never mind the fact that the government should be answering to the people. We're supposed to live in some kind of democracy, but maybe not. Maybe that's just on paper, but in reality we're living in some form of socialist, communist country. We're not that far off, because they're actually dictating that you cannot even allow people who are not of your household to enter your home. So they want everyone else to stay home, stay isolated, so that we can flatten the curve. This curve apparently is never going to be flattened at any time soon. And thank God that the end of the year is almost here. We're about to enter 2021. And of course, our savior, the COVID-19 vaccine, is upon us. Compliments of the Pfizer pharmaceutical company and Moderna, which I believe is owned by Mr. Bill Gates of hell himself. So there's something bright to see immediately following the Christmas holidays, folks. And that's an injection, a concoction, a cocktail of who knows what's going to be in it. Something new, some nanotechnology to completely transform us into something other than what we actually are. So, to all of you that are watching this video, I wish you the very best this holiday season, and that hopefully between now and that time you will develop a sense of self-awareness and self-importance, and that you'll actually wake up and realize that this is all a scam. So remember, do your due diligence, do your homework. Our politicians, the Canadian politicians, the media, those in the medical industry, they're not our friends. They may be fellow Canadians, but those that are running the show are being led by those that are running the United Nations and those that run that system. Anyways, this is Dwight from For His Glory, wishing you all well, and hopefully we'll all make it through this, although it's not looking that good.